Alright, good morning. Move that chair. Good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are. Today I am live streaming a mono black aggro deck that I have previously used to climb in the historic ladder on MTG Arena. That's how I qualified for the last Mythic qualifier, and so why I was so unprepared for the kind of traditional standard environment. Anyways, the deck here is pretty straightforward. A bunch of 1-drops with Dread Wanderer, Better Bones, Knight of Ebon Legion, but also Hand Disruption with Inquisition of Kozilek, Thoughtseize, Skyclade Shave, Better Bones, Dread Wanderer for recurable threats, Heartless Act for unconditional removal, well almost, Legion's End as a kind of a single one of fun of copy. I find it great with dealing with shark tokens to get a surprise come behind victory. Running Register, Spawn of Mayhem, Thick Creatures, Wrinkle Master of Pranks, Haste with Hand Disruption and potential removal that I can kind of overcome with my reoccurable creatures at that point in the game. Then the land base, 18 Swamps with the cool Eye, 2 Castle Lockwinds for card draw, and normally this deck wants to run Snow-Covered Swamps with Faceless Havens because it's a really good aggro creature. But what I'm trying right now, I guess, to experiment for the sake of it is the Hive, the Tyrant creature land, and there's only untapped if you play it within your first 2 turns. But it consistently taps for black, so you're never really kind of color screwed in a sense, but that only will apply with looking at the sideboard and ever trying to cast a Phyrexian Obliterator for the kind of red and green heavy matchups that involve dealing damage to remove the creature. Leylines of the Void to deal with the kind of red-blue Phoenix decks. More Legion's Ends for mirror matches, but also general kind of aggro decks, elves, for example. This can take care of a lot of their duplicate lords. Fatal Push, low cost stuff, Duress for control matchups, Doomblades for decks that just don't run black creatures, because, I mean, why not? And this is the deck. Alright. Just gonna go ahead and get started, hopping into the queue right now. And get my game on with my morning tea. Bagioka. Alright, 2 have the Eye Tyrants, which are going to enter untapped because they're in my hand. Thoughtseize, Dread Wanderer. I go first. Because I don't know what my opponent's on, I'm going to immediately Thoughtseize. Alright, so Collected Company seems like the biggest thing I want to deal with. I could take away their turn 1 play with eating Llanowar, but I don't think I mind them ramping. But the second Hive, the Eye Tyrant, Naya, the Ebon Legion, Dread Wanderer. So with the double green, they're locked out of being able to... Oh. That's cute. Get in for 1. And... good morning, Vitus. How are you today? I'm just playing some mono black aggro myself, so starting off a very aggressive day. Alright. Skyclave Apparition to eat that. Alright, so I am locked to only 2 spells a turn. So getting in with Knight of the Ebon Legion, they normally won't block because I have the ability to pump it and give it Death Touch. No. Heartless Act is the closest thing I got to Murder in here because it's a lot cheaper, easier to cast at 2 mana, and usually hits kind of everything I want to hit. So with this, start off with an Inquisition. So now I know they got an Ymira's Call. And with this, I'll be able to get in with the Spawn of Mayhem, Flying and Trample, and pass the turn. Make my Knight of the Ebon Legion a little bigger, while also holding up mana to pump it, but also holding up mana to use Heartless Act. Yeah, that Archon of Emeria. And with this, I'm gonna blow up that creature. Yep. And what I would have done there is push in for a very heavy aggro rush. Alright, so dealing with a kind of white-green collected company, kind of Taxes-esque shell, I feel like. Definitely want to run Doomblades, which, yeah, is more along lines of those murders you mentioned in the chat. What else? What else do I want here? I do feel like I want Fatal Pushes, potentially. You know, I need the Thoughtseizes to take care of Collected Company Coco. I don't know if I want Rankles for the Spankles. Phyrexian Obliterator seems great because it, well, Skyclave Apparition is the thing I gotta think about with this. Legion's End, the fun of there seems fine. Yeah, drop the Dread Wanderer, drop the Gutter Bones, keep the Knight of the Ebon Legion, keep Inquisition of Co-Select to take over their hand. Legion's End can eat a fair amount of their kind of creature base, even though it seems like they have stuff heavier in the 3 end. They got 1 and 2 drops leading up to it. I'll drop 1 Skyclave and run a fun of Phyrexian Obliterator just because. It's probably not the right thing to do, but Phyrexian Obliterator is like my pet card, so I like to give it special treatment. Alright, Solid Curve, and one of fun of. Alright. Llanowar Elf, Knight of the Ebon Legion. So because they played the Temple Garden, if they run out of White Source, they can run out the Skyclave Apparition. Oh, Lovestruck Beast, alright. That's not bad at all. Just hold up Heartless Act. So I went after the Llanowar Elf there instead of the Giant Lovestruck Beast because it shuts it down as an attacker. Okay, Portable Hole. Yep. Okay, with that they developed a Scavenging Ooze, the board. So let's see what they got going on. Eat their Skyclave Apparition. That makes me feel a lot safe. A lot safer. Okay, Luminarch Aspirant. Getting in for 8. It's fair. Probably eating one of their own creatures, or both of them, to get in for a potential full 10. Nice, efficient mana usage. We're now at Phyrexian Obliterator. get in for 3 with Skyclave. I don't think they're going to block with the Luminarch Aspirant because they want to keep attacking with Lovestruck Beast. Collected Company. Alright, that is a great top deck for them. It lets them get 2 cards with 3... Okay. And, just going to give the concession right there. It's going to wrap up. They're going to remove my 1 blocker and then get in for 10 damage. Yep, it happens. It happens. Especially when I'm not on the play. With that, though... Do I still want Phyrexian Obliterator in the face of Skyclave Apparitions as potential outs? I shouldn't, but I'll keep it anyways. Alright, playing first. Thoughtseize with Dread Wanderer and Gutter Bones into a turn 3 Regisar or Fatal Push if I need to remove anything. Seems like a great opening hand. I mean, if I draw 1 more land, then I get my 7/6 for 3 mana, which is nice, very nice. And something I'm liking about this is how fast this game is progressing. I don't think I care too much about what they could play on turn 1. Okay. I have the Tyrant. Going for that Fatal Push. Zondu Mammoth. Portable Hull. Get rid of one of my lesser cost creatures. Yeah, by the time they elite Spellbinder, I'm gonna be indifferent. So I do want to oh wait, they're going. I just noticed that Sunpetal Grove, Sunpetal Grove. They're going super slow. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna eat their Portable Hull. Burn out the Dread Wanderer. Get in for some damage. Llanowar Elf. Good top deck. Alright. Go to combat. Get in. Burn out the Rotting Regisar. Doing that in case they draw an untapped source. There it is. So my guess is they're going to do Fairgrounds Warden. Alright. Okay. So what the player is hoping they do block. Yep, exactly like this. So because a creature I control left the battlefield, I'm able to target the Fairground Warden. And then second Rotting Regisor, now I have 2 7/6s, nothing in hand, so their Elite Spellbinder can't really hit my stuff. And yep, that's it. Good game. Well played. Fun, historic. Ooh, I got stuff. Yep, that's what I like about the deck. Get stuff done fast. It's fast, it's fun, it's not super grindy. It's not like a boring control matchup where we're just waiting for each other to do stuff. Okay. So once again, solid curvable hand. I feel like this deals with a lot of different threats I could have if I'm facing Aggro, Legion's End, Thoughtseize against kind of control or another Collected Company deck, and then I got my creature base. Looking great. And Hive the Tyrants coming into play untapped too, so I like seeing this in my opening hand even though I'm never using it. So immediately going for the Thoughtseize just to figure out what I'm up against. Okay. Another kind of Collected Company deck. And this is gonna be brutal. Alright. Jeez, I don't feel like a good person for Okay, so run out Gutter Bones, go for the Thoughtseize, see what they drew, but take away their Woe Strider. Alright, so now that I know they're gonna run out of Prosperous Innkeeper, I get to use my Legion's End here. I get to use my Legion's End. Take away that Prosperous Innkeeper. Yep. And they are gonna have like a Woe Strider to build up on, which will potentially slow down my aggression. Yep. Hitting that Woe Strider. Actually, yeah, I can get in with both. Cool. So they're going to sacrifice their goat. Get 2 damage in. Run out the Skyclave Apparition. I think I will hold on to this land. So, what's cool about Skyclave is has this landfall ability. Whenever land enters battlefield under my control, I can cast it. Alright. Getting in with the team. Full damage, 6. Bring out Knight of the Ebon Legion with an additional land on the battlefield. Because they are running red, so I'm afraid of potential damage removal. And if they try to target one of my knights... Alright. So here it comes. Firing everything. They can sacrifice their treasure to stop my Gutter Bones. I don't see what their other play is here. So I'm just going to immediately pump for 3. Oh, right. That's their play. And end the turn with 2 3/4s. And our Visionary, that's a good card to help them get out of this, because it gives them more kind of field value. Alright. Going to combat. Attacking in with both. So pumping the Knight of the Ebon Legion to help keep it alive against this Woe Strider block. Playing Hive of the Tyrant. So they need one more card in their graveyard to be able to... Ooh, they hit a Collected Company off the top. That's very nice for them. Hey, MTG Dad, how's it going? I'm doing good myself. I'm playing Mono Black Historic. Ooh. Alright, they hit a Mayhem Devil with food. So they get 2 triggers. Getting in for 3. Yep. Alright, with this, so they don't have any kind of sacrifice. Oh, went terrible. I went 2 wins, 3 losses. I had one really fun game, though, where I I just stole it. I basically stole that game. I'm getting ready to kind of make a highlights kind of reel for it, where I used like my Emergent Ultimatum to cheat out a Tarask against a kind of mirror match after surviving their ultimatum. Alright, hitting me. Down to 3. Running out of land. Alright, Woe Strider. With this... Cool. So they sacrifice, they get their Scribe, probably hit me for 1. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this is the deck I was able to get there with anyways. Like, I didn't get there with Standard. So, I'm more back into my comfort zone. Alright. So, more real threat with the Spawn of Mayhem, and then Gutter Bones as a potential, I guess, Lightning Rod for Mayhem Devil. Ooh, that's right, they get to draw their card. And another Gilded Goose. So with that, they have enough potential blockers. Kind of deal with what I am bringing here. So I am experimenting, I guess, with this Hive Tyrant, switching up from Faceless Haven and snow-covered swamps, but I'm also regretting it right now. I feel like having that mana open to be able to activate now the Ebon Legion on the attack is a world of huge difference that I'm not going to getting in this situation here. Like, I have to press in with Spawn of Mayhem. That's for sure. What am I potentially losing here? So yeah, I have to get in with the Spawn of Mayhem. Can't let them have Corvold. Yep. So pick 1. Oh no. They're basically pulling this through. They got it. They got this game. I probably misplayed somewhere. I get distracted on live stream, I gotta admit. Looks like they knew what they were getting into. But let's see. Actually, I am pretty much dead. I do want to see what's in their hand, but I feel like I am dead. They can just attack with these 3. Okay, cool. Alright. Going on to game 2. Through my own hubris. Ley Lines of the Void. And with damage being a heavy thing, Phyrexian Obliterator, going down Rankles. Let's see, do I still want Knight of the Ebon Legion, Heartless Act? Probably go down 1. Go up another Knight of the Ebon Legion. Let's see. Natural Duress. Oh, well, they are running Collected Company, so Duress does hit that. But besides that, I don't think it's worth it otherwise. I feel like they're also going to start running some Graveyard Hate, similar to what I'm doing right there. Yeah, Singleton Knight of the Ebon Legion to kind of get rid of 2-drop on the lower end, Heartless Axe, to hopefully hit Corvold before it sticks to field. And then besides that, just general like a threat package and hoping for the best here. Oh man. Alright, playing first. Leyline of the Void in hand, Thoughtseize in hand. Great removal suite. Now, Dread Wanderer. Doing it like this in case they play a bird on turn 1, which they didn't, and it doesn't look like they have the mana for it. Well, they top deck that. I mean, Get the Gilded Goose. Get in for 2. Or hit the Llanowar Elf. Get ready for their... Oh, come on. Don't do this to me, opponent. Run out a Gilded Goose. Or they're gonna run out both Gilded Gooses. Llanowar Elves. Yeah, fine. Probably knew I had something like that. Alright, punishing them for the early draw right here with the Thoughtseize. Yup. Alright, Gilded Goose. And they're not playing that out on red for some reason. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Yup. I mean, they gotta find something here, but yeah. They need to wait until I'm, like, at my end step before doing that, for sure. Alright, life gain with Prosperous Innkeeper. Llanowar Visionary. Drawing cards. Bringing them down to 1. Eating their Gilded Goose. So they're at a point in this game where anything they have in hand, they're gonna run it out. Getting 3 life. Llanowar Visionary. Good play, gives them life, draws them a card. Alright, going on to game 3. And with game 3, I'm trying to think of if there was anything I saw there that I want to change up with this. I mean, I have my recurable threats. There's like maybe a debate to run Doomblade, but I feel like everything I want to remove is in black, generally. I mean, Corvold is the hardest hit, so either I'm hitting Collected Company or Corvold with the Thoughtseize. Yeah, Inquisition's fine. Gets rid of a lot of their early stuff that are creatures that I don't want to see. Legion's End kind of came in pretty well that last game too. Okay. Don't want to reduce my threats. I don't know, I should probably be running a second Legion's End against this deck. But it feels like it's something I still just want less so regularly. Alright, this is a slower hand. And they're off to a quick ramp start. So I'll be hitting Skyclave Shade on turn 2. Prospering Innkeeper. Getting in for 1 with the Llanowar Elf. Llanowar Elves. Alright. Skyclave Shade. Which may not survive. If they have, what I'm guessing is Mayhem Devil with some other kind of play. Alright. Gonna just try to get in for 3. See if they block it. I feel like they have a Collected Company, yeah. Oh, geez, 2 Mayhem Devils. That was a hit. Run back out Skyclave Shade for more future punishment, and then get the Thoughtseize in right now. Oh, jeez. 3 Prosperous Innkeepers. Be able to run them both out, make a lot of treasure. I mean, taking away the Braid, but they probably have this locked up now. I feel like. Double Mayhem Devil off that Collected Company. 4 mana, instant speed to hit 6 mana worth of value. Oh no, this is a different person. This person is, the last person I played was kind of green-white Collected Company. This one is a Jund. What's the best way to describe this? Jund, red, black, green Collected Company. Attacking it with Skyclave Shade because it can't block. Put a Swamp. Bring out Phyrexian Obliterator. Which actually just might have doomed me. Good game. I'll let them do their shenanigans. Maybe I scared them off, but if this goes how I'm expecting it to go, they're gonna just chain off like damage from the Phyrexian Obliterator. So yeah, they're gonna hit me. Yep. And Woe Strider. Yep. But no, yeah, different deck, but use of the same kind of card, Collected Company. Which puts 2 creatures... It looks at the top 6 cards of your library. It's a 4 mana instant. In green. Looking at the top 2 cards of your library. You select... Or looking at the top 6 cards of your library. 4 mana instant. You select 2 of them with converted mana cost 3 or less. And then you put them immediately into play. Alright. Let's see here. I mean, yeah, solid curving hand going against a Lurrus deck. Ooh, yikes. Oh, jeez. I'm playing in the ranked queue. So I am gonna feel bad, but I shouldn't feel bad. Okay, so they're on mono white or white blue auras with Lurrus. So I'm gonna go for just as much immediate pressure as I can just dish out. So Skyclave Shade turn 2. If they have a creature. We're not Rotting Regisaur, being able to discard Dread Wanderer. Alright, Core Spirit Dancer, yep. Probably dropping the Cartouche of Solidarity. Mikey! Or, I mean, Vitus. Vitus, you can't let some of these decks go off the way they can. It's not like I have a choice in moments. I feel bad about the opponent getting mulliganing that much, but also knowing this deck, how easy it is for them to dig themselves out of this hole. So yeah, they're going to block here. They're going to block probably my Skyclave Shade with that first strike there. Yep. So with that, bring back the Skyclave Shade. Thoughtseize their hand, which is just going to take away Sentinel Eyes. Which they can... Actually, no, they can't. Until they get another card in their graveyard, they can't really recast that. I'm running out Night of the Eve on Legion, too. Oh, and what this deck does with its auras is make a 7/9 first strike that draws them a card every time. Okay, first strike. Just running out the Skyclave Shade, hoping for the best. They got me locked down though. Another Core Spirit Dancer. I kind of want to judge what you wrote. I mean, just because I'm playing like a black color deck doesn't necessarily kind of correspond to any kind of moral values related to that. It's an interesting aggro kind of component or deck with it's an interesting deck with a kind of unique aggro component into it with the hand disruption to kind of stop a lot of decks that normally a conventional aggro deck couldn't. Plus, it's got a lot of like recursive value. It hurts. It hurts so bad. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you should like attach morals to kind of colors in Magic the Gathering. That's a dangerous road to kind of really go down. Like black is associated with amorality, not necessarily evil. And I think that's something that's important to kind of remember. Alright, going to the next one. Oh, yikes. Accidentally kind of closed the app out while I was going for the concede button. Oh well. But yeah, opponent beat me on the mulligan to 4, which does say a lot about this deck. I feel like... Oh yeah, no. Oops. Alright. With that in mind, though, Doomblades in Legion's End, Fatal Pushes, just a hose this deck as best as I can. I mean, I don't know. I don't think you need to really know Magic lore either. Rankle is actually really good against this kind of deck. Yikes, I actually think I do want to drop Rotting Regisaur. Heartless Act. I don't think they use +1/+1 counters. Drop my general, like, 1-drop kind of creature. Sweet. I feel like, yeah. And run it back like that. No, I mean, like, versus kind of this kind of evil Aura's deck that I'm playing against. Okay. So I feel like I need my lands here, especially Castle Lockwayne, to draw myself out of this mulligan, so I'll just accept 1 Skyclave Shade, have the Tyrant, and go for the immediate Inquisition of Kozilek. Sentinel Eyes, Spell Pierce, take away the... So yeah, one of the examples of this kind of deck is how I can use discard to stop this impossible Purifying Light, which normally I wouldn't be able to otherwise. Because discard is like an additional option to deal with a lot of their things. And they're prepared for it now, as can be like seen with their addition to add Spell Pierce to their hand. Alright, getting in with Skyclave Shade. Opponent taking 3. Play Knight of the Ebon Legion. And run it back. With 2 Fatal Pushes in hand. Alright, Core Spirit Dancer. Need to kill it with fire. But let's see how they decide to go about this. I mean, I have to wait anyways, because they have priority as soon as it hits the battlefield. Fatal Pushing. So they're gonna still like get their card back, So I guess it feels like we're breaking even. Yeah, no blocks for sure. Hit me for 3. And sending it right back. Playing the swamp, getting a +1/+1 counter on the knight. I went in for extra damage to put extra pressure on them. Even though they do have the spell pierce to dig themselves out of this potentially. Yep. So Danto Vanguard. Getting in for 4. Putting Lurrus in the hand. My turn. Going for the Fatal Push. So either they keep their creature and take 4 damage, or they let it die like that, and then I just activate and get in for 8 anyways. Alright. After seeing this, though, debating about, I guess, wanting to go up some duress, but I feel like my pressure was enough there. Yeah, that felt like a fine go. I mean, granted, I was also on the play, and I'm going to be on the draw this time, so they're going to be going first, so they're going to be able to build up before I can do any kind of hand disruption. But if I can... Yeah, okay, yikes. I was going to say, this is a great-looking hand without any lands. This is also bad. I can try and just make this work. So no hand disruption here this time. Yep, they're able to get their turn 1 Selfless Savior out. Go for Dread Wanderer. Another Selfless Savior. Getting in for 1. Okay, so they kept a 1-lander. Which maybe they'll, like, put in a trade here with the Selfless Savior? Nope. Okay, cool. So this helps give me a sense of what kind of... They got their Cartouche, granting first strike and +1/+1. I will not block. I'll take the 2. So with this, running out the swamp to kind of suggest pumping Knight of the Ebon Legion. My goal here is to at least get in with some damage. So even just a single point is enough, because it helps me run out Spawn of Mayhem. Okay, they hit their second land source. Core Spirit Dancer with two cards to give it indestructible. Alright. Okay, with this... Wrinkle, Master of Pranks. Attack in with the 2 flyers. And... I'm trying to decide, do I want to make them sacrifice a creature? Which they'll just probably sacrifice their 1/1 Selfless Savior. No, I'm good. Keeping Knight of the Ebon Legion feels like it could be a solid play. I mean, I feel like they're going to put something on Core Spirit Dancer to help them draw them out of this. There's a reason they kept a 1-lander. They have a lot of their auras. They have a lot of ways to draw themselves out. Going up to 3/5 with lifelink. No blocks. So drawing a card. Bring up to 12. Curious Obsession to make it a 6/8 now. Alright. So I attack in with Naya the Ebon Legion. They definitely block with Selfless Saviors. Animate Hive of the Eye Tyrant. This could force some unconventional blocks on their part. So blocking like that. Hive of the Eye Tyrant has Menace. So they have to double block Hive of the Eye Tyrant, otherwise I do get in for lethal here. So I think they're mainly concerned about me sacrificing, but what I wanted to do was just get them down to 1 life so I could use Wrinkle's ability right there. Yep. They were too obsessed with protecting their core Spirit Dancer and not too concerned about just making it through that turn. Well, I mean, I also did just force it, so that was their only... They either had to get rid of both their core... They're both their Selfless Saviors in double blocking. Well, no, actually, they probably could have kept one. Now that I saw that out. So they double block. They sacrifice one of them to block there. Yeah. So that was more so a misplay on the opponent. They could have been at least at 2 to 1 life if I did do the life loss. Anyways, back into gameplay, which I feel like is more interesting than me just talking about barely getting wins like that. But also, that was a bit on the opponent. They did keep a 1-lander, which did slow them down more, versus me mulliganing down to 5 until I kept, I think, a 2-lander, but this, yeah, I mean, both our decks can work with 2 lands. Okay, so... Another Lurrus. I'm guessing it's probably a similar kind of deck. Back-to-back Thought Seizes can be really good here. Oh no, this is different. Alright, Stitcher Supplier. Ooh. Good Horde Arcanist, alright. So, just try to take... Okay, they got Claim the Firstborns, which I'm not too concerned about. Yikes. Alright. I feel like this is a bad game 1 matchup. Thanks for sticking by, Vitus. Glad you were able to catch the stream for a little bit. Don't want to discard a Swamp, but I have to. Take 3. Actually, stopping myself from using Thoughtseize. Inquisition of Koselek. Yep. Yeah, right now my out is just playing out 2 Spawns of Mayhem and going from there. Hoping they don't get enough mana for Kroxa, because the Claim the Firstborns can't target the Spawn of Mayhem because they technically cost 4 mana. Instead of 3 converted mana costs, or 3 mana value. They have a mana value of 3. They are only worth 3 mana. Or no, they can only be targeted if they're worth 3 mana. Okay, putting Lurrus in hand. Okay. I'm just gonna keep playing Spawns of Mayhem. And that's how I'm gonna recover. Whew. Alright, Lurrus, yep. So play out the second one that I know they know about. Get in for 4 at least. Play out the Swamp. Alright, down to the Bugbear. Also testing out one of the new lands. Also having the cool alternate art. Alright. Casting Broxa with Lurrus. Fatal Push. Aiming for 4. Okay. So I go down to 1. Here. These get bigger after dealing them 2 damage. But also this is like a terrible game 1 matchup for me anyways. Alright, hitting Kroxa like that. Yep. So most of their graveyard is gone. They're going down 2. Yep, claiming the firstborn Kroxa like that for the finish. Alright. Leylines of the Void. Legion's Ends. Fatal Pushes. Keeping Rankle. Dropping Regisaur, because that's something they definitely want to steal. Going up Phyrexian Obliterators. Going down, actually, Thought Seizes, I feel like. Because it's an aggressive deck. Oh, I'm always down to check out Dex MTG, Dad. Just, yeah, post me the link. I'll look at it as soon as I get a breather. With this. I'll maybe go down to Heartless Act. Ooh. Blue-White Foretell. We got one of each of the recursive package. Yeah, less Thoughtseize, because Thoughtseize did hurt me a lot there. But yeah, no, definitely drop me a link. Drop me a link. I'll open it on my second display over here and definitely check it out. I could also probably set it up so I can look at it on the main display too, or on the live stream. And I think I'll do that, yeah. In between this, I'll set it up. I'll do like a transition to look at it. One lander with a lot of stuff I do kind of want, but no Leyline of the Void. Still also no Leyline of the Void. But it feels like it's got enough for me to try some things here for sure. Nazis, Inquisition Koselek, Village Rights, Young Pyromancer, yeah. Let them turn 1, pick apart my hand. And they're probably going to hit Thoughtseize. Alright. So with this, to kind of protect my Spawn of Mayhem, I'm going to eat their Thoughtseize. Burn out Skyclave Shade, which could be potentially good if I'm able to draw into another land. Alright, they're already on Lurrus. Which, because it's Lurrus, I want to stop them from being able to Lurrus. So using Inquisition Koselek. Alright. Stitcher Supplier to fill their graveyard. And then they got Village Rights if they want to sacrifice it. Which they might go for the trade here. They could also just go for the block and Village Rights. Would be my guess, yeah. It's a safe way to dig themselves out of this. Burn out Gutter Bones. Alright, claiming Blood Chief's Thirst. Okay, at this point I feel like they got me. Yeah, so I'm just gonna figure out opening this here, checking out the deck. I mean, I'll play it out, play this game out, but I don't think I'm getting there. They're gonna chain off Village Rites with no real loss because they're generating tokens. Slowly finding mana for Kroxa to eat away my, like, okay. Getting in with Hive the Tyrant, yeah. Menace, probably eating the Skyclave Shade. Prevent that recursion. Alright, yep, Thoughtseize. Yeah, I'm just not gonna play this out. Good game, well played, Hixt. Alright, but anyways. Let's see, come on web browser, you can load. Do I have the right web browser set up? There we go. Okay, cool. Alright, Vanishing versus Nico Defies Destiny. So yeah, preemptively building up a big Foretell in life. Then you get a either free Foretell or extra mana towards a next Foretell. Yeah, it's so easy to run out of wild cards. It's okay. Let's see, Saw It Cummings, yep. Oh yeah, you're good. Fig of the Watcher. Which actually has a lot of just usage, I feel like, beyond Foretell. So that's a solid card. Card advantage. Poison the Cup, yep, for target removal. Behold the Multiverse. Crippling Fear for early board wipe. Shadow's Verdict. Doom Scars as excellent board wipes to use with Foretell. Starheim Unleashed. Alron's Epiphanies. Mordekainen. Professor Onyx. Loth. Yeah, let me know when you're back, MTG Dad. I'm not sure about Loth, actually, here, with this deck. I don't think you run enough, like, kind of... Loth is a planeswalker that wants to have, like, a lot of creatures. I mean, I think it can exist by itself to generate some card advantage. Maybe I could be wrong on this, with, like, the tokens generated from Stormheim Unleashed, Alron's Epiphany... But it feels like it wants to top off kind of an aggro shell, I feel like. For sure, yeah. Land base, Pathways, Hall of Storm Giants, very solid. Yeah, definitely needs to add, I guess. Yep. Alright. So, yeah, well, there's enough Pathways generally enough to cast. Well, most of them. Shadow's Verdict, Crippling Fear require double black, Professor Onyx, Loth. So the mana base does need to be kind of tweaked. You're very right on that. Okay, anyways. I'll go back to playing Magic. Having no idea what I'm up against. If it's aggressive, Legion's End seems like a good turn 2 play. Otherwise, Rotting Regisaur on turn 3. Rotting Regisaur also on turn 3 or 4. Can be tough to deal with for a lot of decks. Hive the Tyrant, Red Wanderer. So, potential mirror match. So this will give me a peek at their hand to see what they're on. Oh, yikes. Ooh. They're gonna pick apart my hand. Alright, goodbye, Rotting Regisaurs. I was gonna try and steal the game with you, but I guess that's not what's gonna happen now. So it looks like they're doing a bit of a split, using Hive the Tyrant with Faceless Haven, which is probably a really good call. Helps shore up some mana issues. So Thoughtseize. Ooh. Gifted Aether Reborn, too. Gifted Aether Reborn. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna discard Rankle. They're gonna remove. They're gonna remove my Skyclave probably with Fatal Push. But if Skyclave Shade is eating a Fatal Push, I consider that kind of a win. So yeah, Thoughtseize to eat Rankle. And they can always wait a turn for Skyclave Shade. Burnout Dread Wanderer. Makes me curious what's their other card that they have in hand. Okay, Fatal Pushing there. More, okay, go blank. So you get rid of my graveyard? Yep. So that way I don't have a chance of bringing back the Skyclave Shade. Murderous Rider. Okay, so this is more of, definitely more of a mid-range, less an aggro kind of deck. Murderous Rider definitely communicates that. I have the Tyrant here. And the Go Blank as well. Using it strictly for Graveyard Hate. And they're holding up Hive the Tyrant as a blocker for Dread Wanderer. So that's why I'm not attacking in. But I do have a Skyclave Shade. Oh, what I thought of the deck. Well, I like where it's going. I'm not sure about Lolth, the Spider Queen being in there. It feels like it's a Planeswalker that wants to... well, maybe I could be wrong on this too. It wants to be in a deck that is more kind of creature-centric, even though there is enough, like, there's kind of, like, creature token generation with Alrund's Epiphany, Starnheim Unleashed. It does seem like it kind of wants to be a top end, but I could be wrong on that. I haven't played Lolth, Spider Queen, so I probably am making a variation on that. Otherwise, yeah, no, you're right on, like, you need to look at the mana base a bit. I think there's a fair amount of double black with Shadow's Riddick, Crippling Fear, and the 2 Planeswalkers that I think you might need to add just a couple of swamps into the mana base. But I like it. I'm excited to see what it can do. Oops. Sorry, got distracted, opponent. Getting in with Skyclave Shade. Running Regisaur. As a huge block for playing the Swamp, because otherwise I'm going to discard it. But yeah, no, Doomscar. Doomscar having the additional Crippling Fear and Shadow's Verdict to deal with some early game Shadow, or Vanishing Verse, kind of one of the kind of best removal spells I feel like in the format right now. Takes care of a majority of the serious threats immediately. Poison the Cup too is very solid, especially being able to foretell it and being able to get forked advantage off that foretell with Vega from like casting your foretell cards. I'm curious to see how it plays out. That's for sure. So yeah, I like it. Okay, with this land draw, attacking and with Skyclave Shade and the Rotting Regisaur. Curious to see how they would do the blocks here. They could still always animate their Hive of the Eye Tyrant. I mean, ship blocking is a totally fair thing to do here. Oh, Wizard's class. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, going into game queue. What would be the changes that you would add then? Switching out Mordekainen. Yeah. Well, the only time someone was able to get Wizard's class to level 3 against me was in a control mirror where we were kind of just doing nothing. I mean, they were drawing cards much more efficiently than I was. Okay, so mono black. Mono black midrange. I'm not sure how I want to deal with this deck, to be honest. I feel like kind of mostly keeping this the same, maybe adding another Rotting Regisaur, because it's a serious threat. They really have to remove. Dropping maybe a Gutterbones at most. I don't mind them having a graveyard. It seemed like their only recursive threat was Dread Wanderer, from what I saw, so I'm not too concerned about anything. I'm definitely more concerned about their mid-range removal, so I will push more on pressure and trying to race them in hand disruption than anything else, so leave the deck mostly the same. Yeah, Wizard's class, getting it to level 3, it rarely, I feel like, happens without the right kind of just matchup. We were both so far ahead on mana, they were able to hold up probably 2 counter spells, like at 9 or 10 mana, before making it level 3. And even then, it wasn't for any kind of payoff value initially, it was just to get it at level 3, from what I recall. So solid hand right here. I got my 1-drop threats. They either take one of my recursive threats, probably Thoughtseize. They definitely take that Thoughtseize. Leading in on Gutterbones, because I drew a Dread Wanderer. I don't want that to be hit by a potential Legion's End. Okay, yep. Gifted Aetherborn. Solid mid-range 2-drop. Another Gifted Aetherborn. Which will slow me down majorly. No attacks. Maybe I should have gone up Fatal Pushes. I was probably just too distracted by Murderous Rider. Plus, Fatal Push does deal with the Hive of the Eye Tyrants and the Faceless Havens that they have. Alright, now the Ebon Legion, yep. Cool. Get in with Skyclave Shade. For now, Dread Wanderer. Yep. So yeah, very vulnerable to Legion's End right there. Playing out Gutterbones. Playing out a Swamp. To I mean, there's a reason I should maybe hang on to it. Or Skyclave Shade. Okay, they're getting in for 4. Soul Guide Lantern to hit on my graveyard. And potentially cycle for them. Thoughtseize is a very dead card here. Alright. Getting in for 3, because I kind of have to. And pass it back to them. I have the Eye Tyrant. Yep. Alright. What am I drawing here? Second Thoughtseize. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the next one. They're too far ahead. Not enough for me to deal with. Actually, probably drop. Oh, well, I'm on the play. So yeah, drop a single Thoughtseize. Actually, go up Legion's End here too after seeing what I just saw. And also after seeing what I saw, kind of probably keeping the Riding Regisaur. Go down to Skyclave Shade. Go down to Dread Wanderer. Balance. Try it like this. Oh yeah, I can see that. Adding more early game removal to the deck. I do feel like, well, maybe it's worth it to go up to 4 Doomscars, I think. Having that kind of turn 3 board wipe potential be something that's really consistent could just make a world of difference. I feel like, yeah, looking at the list again, it's only at 3 right now. But, yeah, like you were saying, wild cards. Earlier, yeah. Okay, so keeping this, turn 1 Thoughtseize to disrupt any kind of disruption they might have against me. Also get a sense of what's in their hand. They kept a 1-lander with Bloodchief's Thirst, Knight of the Ebon Legion, Gifted Aetherborn. I'm trying to see what I am most concerned about. Yeah, this is definitely kind of a mirror. Maybe this is like they built on an evolution of this deck that I've been playing for a while. What do I take? Gifted Aetherborn was super annoying. Yeah, Gifted Aetherborn. Run out their knights. Run out my Dread Wanderer to potentially eat a Legion's End. Yep. Because if I ran out Knight of the Ebon Legion, there's a good chance it would have gotten eaten by that. With that, being able to run out 2 of these feels good. Don't know what else my opponent can be drawing, but if they're hitting their land drops, they are on their way. Okay, hitting 2 Bloodchief's Thirsts. Alright. Not hitting my lands, but hitting Skyclave Shade, and they also missed their land. Okay, they hit their third land. So getting in their damage. Gonna run out the Spawn of Mayhem. And I'm dropping second Skyclave Shade. No attacks. Yeah, okay, so they might have, yeah, they're probably potentially ahead of me too far. Oh, especially with that, yikes. I mean, yeah, I know you won. Don't need to early GG. It's a tad rude. I was mana screwed. I didn't have a good game. And I did get probably too much fear of the Gifted Aetherborn. Yeah. And with how much more black I'm running, there's probably a good reason. I should probably be running that in this deck. 2/3 Death Touch, 2 mana. It's not a recursive threat, which this deck is definitely built more for the... this deck was built more to deal with the Izzet kind of Phoenix, the decks, as they were still around. But it seems like the meta has definitely shifted since Brainstorm got suspended. Okay. Yeah. Go for the immediate Inquisition. I'm guessing this is... Oh, no, this is a different deck entirely. Get rid of Bard class. Yikes. Adding mana. I feel safe to run out my 2/1 drops. Maybe I should have run out Skyclave Shade. But right now I feel like what they're either going to do is they're going to put Dommery into play. Potentially fight something. Ooh. They're on 3 color. Yep. He goes Defies Destiny. Okay, yeah. Whew. Trading. Skyclave Shade with Gutter Bones. It's just a legendary spell, yeah. So it works with the Planeswalkers. I like this deck. I mean, I'm not liking being on the receiving end a little bit with some of the stuff. I know they're gonna put this at level 2, put Gallia into play. Yep, for free. With a +1/+1 counter. Bring out Spawn of Mayhem. Just don't have removal for my Spawn of Mayhem, please. Haste. Oh, they can... Oh, no, they need to get a third creature out to be able to give it haste. I feel like, yeah. That's how they dig their way out. Going up Phyrexian, Obliterators, for sure, down Rankle, go up Doom Blades. Definitely going up Doom Blades. I don't think I need to do Fatal Push. It seems everything there was like 3 mana. Which Fatal Push can still like hit that when they remove my stuff. But I don't feel like I need to rely. I should be relying on that. Drop a little bit of the recursive aggressive suite, keeping a single Legion's End. In case I come across Gallia. Again, just as an additional, maybe targeted removal. No, they're running Legendary. Which, yeah, okay. In that case, I talked myself into running a Fatal Push. Just a fun of. One land with a lot of spells that cost 1 mana. I can try it. Llanowar Elves is a reason. Okay. Go for the Inquisition again. Yikes. Okay, take away... Oh, yeah, take away their turn... No. They have a turn 2 and a turn 3 play. That was a misplay on my part. They can run out Grumbly still. Yep. Okay, with this... Go for the Thoughtseize. Take away their Warlord. Yeah, run out of Dread Wanderer. Right now, I'm just hoping they didn't draw a creature. They did? Okay. But it's a Llanowar Elf, so it's not that bad. Gremly. No attacks. Use Dread Wanderer as a potential blocker. Okay, have the Eye Tyrant. Never announced Skyclave Shade. So right now they don't have their white mana, but they could potentially hit that at any time. Spawn of Mayhem is big enough to kind of keep their board a little bit in check right now, while also helping me develop my board. I'll let you get in for 2. My guess is they would have used that damage to kind of Deafening Clarion. I'll find out now for sure if they play a land. I mean, otherwise, they got in some free damage, which I'm still kind of fine with. Yeah, it's Spawn of Mayhem. It'd be tricky to deal with. Alright. Going up a +1/+1 counter. Attacking in with both. And then with this, after this, I'll probably drop Rotting Regisaur. Because I know with red green, 7/6 is tough to deal with for removal. And I'll discard the Gutter Bones on my upkeep. Okay. Yeah, they weren't able to find their land, it looks like, or any kind of action to deal with the board I was building up. But I like their deck. I hope it's able to succeed in the historic format. It's fun. Bard class has a lot of really cool potential. And there's enough kind of red-green legendaries that it doesn't even have to just be restricted to red-green. It could probably even work in maybe some 5-color decks. Niv Mizzet, even. I don't know, just speculating though. Give me Pizza Slow. That's a cool name. Hand Disruption, Dread Wanderer, turn 2 with potentially a Spawn of Mayhem on turn 3. Our opponent is going first though, so depending on what kind of deck I am seeing. Okay, green-white. So with that, I will run out Dread Wanderer. Their decision to play that tap means they don't have turn 1 play I should be concerned about. Okay. Immediately just going to get in for my 2 damage. Spawn of Mayhem. Oh, Angels. The bane of my existence. Rankle. Rankle needs to get some muscle built up. Kind of want to compete with that. Yep. Splendid Angel. Rotting Regisaur, which is gonna just eat removal anyways. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Angels is a really fun deck to play. I recognize how bad of a matchup it is for me. That's what I think about. They're probably gonna win this. They're gonna win this match. I need to play a different deck. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just run out Spawn of Mayhem, go for the best. I mean, the best is they use their Declaration in Stone on the Spawn of Mayhem. Alright, it's not for life. Go blocks. Spawn of Mayhem again. Soul Warden. Yeah, okay. Oh, cool. Still hitting lands. Bring out Wrinkle. Giving them some life. Potentially offering a trade with the Resplendent Angel. Alright. useful Valkyrie, they make a 1/1 to gain a life. So, alright, constantly just hoping they don't top deck. But yeah, Angels is a great... Oh, right, they can pump that now. I'll let them get in for their damage. Yep. Go up to 28. Come on, Clue. My spawn of Mayhems aren't really going to be helping me out here. Alright. Good game. Just gonna go ahead and go to the next one. Alright. Doom Blades for sure. Fatal Pushes. I feel like I do want a big serious threat. Like Rich Sword, definitely got to drop the Rankles. Heartless Act can work. I'll just do my default. Drop a single recursive threat. Run it back. I'm playing all the matchups I don't want to play against. Which is on probably me. I love playing against control with this deck. It is the kind of anti-control shell. My creatures keep coming back, and I play a fair amount of hand disruption. Alright. Solid Keepable Hand. Thoughtseize. 2 Soul Wardens. Okay. So, take 1 Soul Warden just to soften the blow. Hold up Heartless Act to deal with their Righteous Valkyrie when they get there. Burn out Gutter Bones. Yep. I mean, I feel like I've already just lost this game. Don't need to go any further. They got me. Well, actually, now that I got a Thoughtseize. Now that I see a second Resplendent Angel, I don't know anymore. Yep. One. Okay, Inquisition of Kozilek. Baffling End isn't too bad. Alright, Peaceful Valkyrie. Alright, just holding up Heartless Act, and potentially animating Hive of the Eye Tyrant, depending on how this goes. Knight of the Ebon Legion is just going to eat removal from either Baffling End or Skyclave. Okay, yep. Yep. Let them use their Baffling End on Knight of the Ebon Legion. Or another Skyclave. Yep. Spawn of Mayhem is probably my out here. Just to keep me grounded. Okay, yeah, as soon as they hit that Ajani, if they're able to just drop it, I will concede, I promise. I promise. Give the opponent a good game. Well played. Life Gain's a fun deck, it hates on my deck so hard. Good game, well played. Alright. Keep grinding though. Yeah. I definitely just need to change this up. I think that's probably what I'll spend my time doing. Ooh. Let's see. Report. Alright, cool. And... cool. Alright. Now that's taken care of. Sorry. Sorry, opponent. Yeah. Just dealt with, that spam message. Alright, Jund. Jund of some kind. Hopefully they don't have exile removal from my Skyclave Shade, because I can bring it back for years. Just constantly. Alright, Clothis is kind of exile-based removal. But they have to kind of kill it first. Drawing Heartless Act felt really good. Because I can slow down any kind of creatures they can drop to stop me here. Chairman Mew. Destroy a target creature with mana value 3 or less. Yeah. Well, it's probably a good call on their part, because they can actually exile it with Clothis. So this is like a Jund midrange shell, it looks like. Yeah, I'm not bringing back Dread Wanderer. Dread Wanderer, you're gone forever. Ha! Joke's on you, Valky. Yep. I mean, they probably have a bigger threat to deal with. This That actually changes my math. Dang it. Oh, well, I should have still, like, animated Hive of the Eye Tyrant. But Spawn of Mayhem is a better kind of threat. Yep. Chandra killing Spawn of Mayhem. Oh, geez, vampires. Haven't played with that for a hot minute. Okay. Killing Chandra. Burning out Spawn of Mayhem. Oh, that was a deck. That Sorin Planeswalker is spectacular. Being able to cheat creatures into play. Alright, another Chandra. Alright. I am playing with fire, Chandra. And you're fire.
I don't need this.
Yeah, but they're really turning it around. They definitely mid-ranged me enough to, and built up enough life gain with Clothis to kind of get back into this. And hopefully I've eliminated enough of their threats, but hard to say here. They do have land destruction for my Hive of the Eye Tyrant, if they leave their mana open. Well, no, they need one more land. Oh, land destruction, cool. No! I will take away Valky in case they got something to cheat it back in to play with. Burn out Knight of the Ebon Legion. Hope for the best. Oh, they're not going to be happy, yeah. Oh, Shovel? Cool. Jeez. How do I approach this? It's got Death Touch. Okay. Get in with these two. Yeah, exile another card from the graveyard. Just either Chandra. They block here, I can just reanimate it. And then hopefully next turn I can start to potentially threaten some lethal. See what card they have in hand. Ooh, that was a good hit. That was a really good hit. Does he gain life when it dies? Yep, they do. So they definitely want out of the Ebon Legion to die. Okay. So kind of force more of a block with Cheville. Because I do have still some time to survive. And they also could have drawn removal. This deck does have a lot of like single target removal from what I've seen. I've been fortunate they haven't gotten their 7th land, so I can still keep getting in with Hive of the Eye Tyrant, so I'm going to try and do that as much as I can. Okay. So I got that back. So, okay. They can Murderous Rider, but they're also still kind of locked out. Oh, wait. Well, they do gain life. Draw a card here because of the bounty. They're going up to 5. But yeah, that double black restriction. So they could have also found something else. Scavenging Ooze is a great find for them. Yikes. Kolgan's command. Yeah, they can Scavenging Ooze, eat my Knight of the Ebon Legion. And actually, they probably just need to block with one creature, and they've got this. Kind of run out of outs. My out is just hoping my opponent misplays. That's kind of it. I've drawn too many lands. Yeah, that kind of block is the best block. So with that trigger on the stack, they're going to Scavenging Ooze, exile Skyclave Shade. Go up to 3 life. So I think also with that and with the amount of mana I've generated, I think I have an out with Rankle. No, they can exile my creature. Yep, alright. Good game, Jund. You're able to pull it out. Maybe I should have left Chandra alone for a turn. Do I want to go up Duress? Go up A Duress? Go up 2. Running Regisaur feels great here. Wrinkle feels fine. Looking at their threats, I mean, they do run some black creatures, but I need stuff that can hit their Scavenging Oozes, that's for sure. They're definitely going to be probably going up to main decking 4 now. Drop that sweet. Curve is still a little heavy, but try it like that. Alright. So, lots of 1-drop. I think I can make this work. Okay, definitely taking away Klothys. Get rid of Klothys while I can. Karabek, it's good tech. Thoughtseize, the Scavenging Ooze, and then run out the Dread Wanderer while I can. Get in for as much 2 damage as I possibly can get in for before they can stick their Karabek. I mean, they're live drawing now. They're mostly lands, but they're drawing into a lot of things like Scavenging Ooze there, for example. A very good draw for them. Okay. So with this, hopefully I'm able to get ahead now. They need to drop 2 black sources if they want to curve out into Karabek, so they have to do that tapped. Yep. Get in for 3. Now it's Spawn of Mayhem. I'm going to hold up the Castle Lockwane in case they have hand disruption. Just try and bait that out. The Eye Tyrant. Just go ahead and pump. Put them down to 4. So they're out here. I'm trying to think of any kind of board wipes that would have been able to work. Because Extinction Event would not have gotten everything. That worked out. They showed the appropriate amount of Scavenging Oozes I was expecting them to, so I'm going to keep that there. Go down to Duress, up an Inquisition of Kozilek because it hits Klothys, which is the thing that got them the game last time. That got them game 1. So I need to be able to eat Klothys. Eat Klothys before they can stick it. Another fair amount of hand disruption. It's a 1-lander again, so this could... I just keep drawing it, alright. Moment of Craving. Bone Crusher, Bone Crusher. Okay. So, get rid of early Kolgan's command value. That's what I want to do there. Nazis. Just eat their Bone Crusher. They're definitely gonna Moment of Craving, whatever I just run out here, so... It's fine, as long as I know it's coming. Oh, Rugged Highlands. It does give life. Running Regisaur number 1. Probably discard Skyclave Shade, because it's one of the easier ones to recur back. And if I draw a land, I can play both of these. Probably... okay. Holding on to Bone Crusher. Yep. Alright, getting in for 7. Run out another Rotting Regisaur. And... yes, I know, Skyclave, you want to come back. Now's not your time, though. Dread Wanderer, it is your time, and you'll probably eat the Bone Crusher. Oh, no, they're gonna go face, okay. Face and the Bone Crusher, play the tap land that I've seen. So now I don't know what's in their hand anymore. Empty hand, so no loss from Regisaurs. Go to combat. Still attack all out. Then out of the Ebon Legion, get back to Dread Wanderer. Now they kind of... I feel like an Extinction Event is there out here. Yeah. Naming odd. Good game, Chairman Mia. Well played. Clothos definitely wrecked me game 1. And I did get incredibly lucky with the hands I kept. I should make that well known. I kept 1-landers and drew the swamps I needed. I like the Jund. It's a cool kind of mix-up. Wonder if it could deal with angels. Like, I know I can't deal with angels. With the kind of direct... yeah, it's got 2 damage, Bone Crusher Giants, Holgan's Commands. Hard to say. Keeping this... well... Alright, Heartless Act is why I'm keeping this more than anything. I'm afraid of this being the Aura's deck, but this also could be a red-black recursion. And okay. Geez, what if it's Death Shadow? That's the dream. Please be Death Shadow. I low-key want this to be Death Shadow. So they probably have a Fatal Push ready that they want to hit one of my creatures with. Probably Knight of the Ebon Legion after I stuck that, which I'm very fine with. Getting that Fatal Push out of the way now so I don't have to worry about it in the future. Alright, playing Seer Step Pathway. Dreadhorde Butcher. Alright. So play land, go to combats. Get the trade in. So they are doing a 2-for-1 with the removal, but they're recursive creatures, so I'm very okay with them going to the graveyard right now, especially since it lets me stick a turn 3 Spawn of Mayhem, and I still have my Heartless Act and Skyclave Shade in case there's any other kind of removal threats that I need to be worried about. Okay, yeah. Spawn of Mayhem was enough. Oh, alright. Lurrus deck makes me want to run Leylines of the Void, but I don't feel like it's necessary. It's gonna go up Fatal Pushes and Legion's Ends. They might be pretty I saw Fatal Push. Definitely drop Wrinkle, though. Phyrexian Obliterator could be win more, could be win less. They could be very aggressive. I'll go down 1 Thoughtseize. They are aware of my recursion package. Go down those. Mainly keeping it like this because I don't know what I'm dealing with entirely still. I didn't see enough. My initial assumption is a Lurrus red-black aggro deck. I'm also thinking that it could be Death Shadow. It could be a lot of things. There's no disruption. There's a lot of lands with Skyclave Shade, so I'll try it just because I'm up a game as well. Okay. Now the Ebon Legion. Yep. Okay. Down to 14. Run it back to them. I'm holding up Heartless Act in case they want to pump. Naya the Ebon Legion, get them to waste their mana. I can take another one. Yeah. Now with that additional swamp, we're not running a Regisaur. They probably have removal for it, since they've been holding up their mana. I guess they don't. So down to 10. Okay, yeah, Death Shadow. Golly gee willikers, did I call it or did I call it? Tempt the Legion's End to remove it as a blocker. They could do something to sacrifice it, or they could use their own removal on it. Okay, they're Heartless Acting my Rotting Regisaur. So, okay. Yanni's Expertise, all creatures get -3. Alright. Ooh. Steam Vents is spicy. Makes me... Well, what they could just be running it as a shock land or Death Shadow. Okay, putting Lurrus in hand. Which is part of the reason why I used the exile removal there. Run out Gutter Bones. Run out Castle Lockwane in the turn. So they could Lurrus and get back their Knight of the Ebon Legion. Yanni's Expertise seems fair. Go blank. Oh. I totally just misplayed there. I could have had 2 Inquisitions of Kozilek's to really take apart their hand. That tells me I'm kind of reaching my limit, I bet. Okay, Knight of the Ebon Legion. Heartless Act was actually really good here. Let them throw away their mana. I mean, I know I have perfect information for what's in their hand, so I'm not entirely concerned. Alright. Fatal Push is an excellent draw here, too, in case they draw another Death Shadow. Beat the Swarm. Take 4, down to 3. And Rotting Regisaur. Which I'm going to put an upkeep stop in case they bring back a creature. Attempt the Fatal Push. Which maybe they have their own Fatal Push in hand, which this allows them to use it now. Yep. Skyclave Shade as a threat. Now I'm kind of regretting taking out the Wrinkles, because Wrinkle would be a great live draw right now. Wrinkle, Hive of the Eye Tyrant entering tapped. For a turn as well, that Menace can get there. Ooh. Scourge of the Skyclave. With haste. Getting in for 7. Making it thick. Knight of the Ebon Legion, go. Go, defensive creature with Death Touch. This has been a very close game. I've liked this game so far. Game 1, game 1 they scooped 2 Spawn of Mayhem. I think they didn't have the means to deal with it. So yeah, they have to, like, force me to spawn here. Death Touch. And again, another Knight of the Ebon Legion. Hoping for the best. Okay, down to 1. Shatter Skull Smashing. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Can't pump it up to deal with that. Dread Wanderer, play out the land so I can also play Skyclave Shade. Yep, totally remembered I had that in my graveyard the whole time. Totally just didn't forget about its existence. Good game, Holly BB. That was, it had me on the edge. I do feel like I had a really good matchup against Death Shadow, though. Alright. Alright. Final best of 3 match for the stream today. Just, still kind of just recovering, I feel like, from the last week, and I got a job interview I gotta prepare for at about 4 hours. So, alright, going first, Hand Disruption, Legion's End as follow-up removal, if not, kind of dropping 1 drops into Spawn of Mayhem. Right hand. Is this the Bard class deck? Yeah, so with Legion's End, knowing that they have Gallia. Alright, cool. Even though they can also do a Domri now that they drew Llanowar Elves. Llanowar Elves? Gotta say that's actually even a better play. Free 1 point of damage into the Spawn of Mayhem. So with Rishkar, they can now have access to enough to play both a Domri and also a Gallia of the Endless Dance. So they can really kind of build up a board here. Well, I mean, mainly just by tapping Rishkar. Ooh, Ronus. Okay. So, doing that purely just for the 2-for-1. Establishing that board. Getting in. While I can. Because I know their next play is gonna be to run out Domri. And probably have Ronus fight my Spawn of Mayhem. Oh, yikes. It's actually really good. It's gonna be tough for me to beat. Yeah. I am just throwing away the creature for the sake of it. I'm not gonna lie. Just make them suspicious. Keep them on their toes. What I need to do is I need to... Okay, so what are my outs in this deck? Heartless Act on Rishkar. Rankle. Okay, so they can only add mana here. They can pump one of their creatures, give it trample. Knight of the Ebon Legion. If they go for a fight, I can pump Knight of the Ebon Legion to make it a 5/6 to hopefully survive something. I mean, if it's a direct fight with Lurrus, that's a losing fight. Yeah, I think my best out is probably Rankle here. Rankle, Haste, and Domery to shut down Lurrus for a turn, at least, and also shut out their ability to fight. Dealing 4 damage. Yep. Blocks. Okay. So, bring back Skyclave Shade. If they want to remove the Knight of the Ebon Legion, they have to give up Domery. Unless they drew something here, too. Oh, yikes. Yikes, yep. I should read the cards. Read what the cards do. Doom Blades, Fatal Pushes. Maybe drop some Heartless Axe, because of... Probably go up Legion. Go up Riding Regisaur. I was singing how I wanted Rankle there, but I don't think I want it in the long term. This is a bit of an aggressive deck, so I might drop 2 Thoughtseizes, even though... Actually, keep 3, because that's how I can deal with Lurrus. And they're probably going to go up Scavenging Oozes for sure, so that's another reason. Doom Blades, Legion... Actually, yeah, Legion's End, going up to 3 copies might be the right thing to do. Run it back. What I'm hoping is I am able to stick a Phyrexian Obliterator. If I have one, it would shut down a lot of their stuff. Okay. So... whatever, if they run out a turn 1 Llanowar Elf, I have Legion's End to get a peek at their hand. Okay, they're mulliganing down to 5. And I'm not really making any kind of turn 1 play. I mean, I'm keeping a 5 lander, hoping just to draw into stuff. I'm keeping it mainly because Riding Regisaur is kind of a house of a card, and the Castle Lockwains can definitely dig me out. Dig me out of just drawing mana. So I'll be able to cycle through my deck faster to find the answers I need. Okay. So... just so I can have information. Okay. So they're probably going to stick Clothis. I'm not going to be able to deal with Clothis now. Yep. But I can at least land Riding Regisaur. They're probably going to follow up by playing Questing Beast. Getting at me for 4 damage, which I'll let through but then I'll be able to answer back by getting at them for 7. Yep, there's their questing beasts. Taking 4, go down to 14. Discarding a swamp. Another swamp. Doomblade. Getting it for 7. And they're probably going to exile my Doomblade, so they can gain 2 and I lose 2. Alright. Radha. My War Elf. Discard Swamp. Going to combat, attacking. Which this takes 6 mana. So they can potentially do it this turn if they want to exile a swamp from my graveyard for... No, if they want to go for that value. But they could have also drawn a land themselves. Pumping this up 5. Ronos, also a very solid creature to play here. Jiminy Christmas. Alright. Skyclave Shade is not the out that I need. And good game. Just gonna run that out and concede. Yep. Good game. Well played. I'm definitely gonna relook into what kind of historic deck I want to play for the future. Probably what I'll do tomorrow. Anyways, open the 1 pack I got. Lair of the Hydra. Alright, I probably almost have a playset of that now. But that's it for the stream. Thank you for sticking along and watching. Thank you, Vitus, for dropping in early when you did. And thank you, of course, to MTG Dad. Looking forward to seeing how that Esper Foretell deck kind of plays out and, well, evolves, because it does sound like you're still kind of tweaking and working on it. Anyways, have a good morning, evening, afternoon, or night, whichever order is appropriate for that. Thank you, and goodbye.